first and foremost, the keys, the main keys to the game. You got Hawkins coming in as a true freshman quarterback in this rivalry. It's not an easy place to start, not an easy place to start your career. I think a lot of it's going to rise and fall on, is he going to play out of his mind and just not care about his youth and just make some crazy plays? If he just comes and balls out, I think Oklahoma can stay close. I just think that right now, Sark is on a mission, and I don't see a whole lot of people getting in that way. And I don't see Oklahoma really matching Texas. And that's really what, at the end of the day, is it's X's and O's and matchups. And matchup wise, I don't think that OU can keep up at this at this time. So for me, I'm not going to say a specific score, but I'll say if OU keeps it under double digits, I'll be surprised.
Okay, Brady, your thoughts, your prediction?
Yeah, I mean, OU's kind of up against it. I mean, everybody knows. What I will say, like Cody, I will exercise some caution, and this is coming from somebody that has dozens of times, especially when it comes to the OU Texas game. I will always err on the side of which side has the more experienced quarterback, because newbies in this game do not play well. Like, it is just, there's too much history to suggest otherwise. I mean, the Lincoln Riley era kind of like threw a monkey wrench in that, because he was taking on a bunch of experienced transfer quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts. I mean, I guess Jalen was like the only one, but it was just a string of first year superstar quarterbacks. So it's not necessarily the norm, but where I'll exercise some caution with that is I would 100% agree with you. If I didn't go to the Auburn game and watch Michael Hawkins just not give a damn about the environment, the offense was not pretty. I don't think it was really set up to be pretty. I mean, he's going to be asked to do more, but one thing I am confident of is I don't know if the Cotton Bowl is going to be that much of a, oh boy, I am not ready for this, because I saw him like perform, and like everything from making simple throws to having to change the play at the line of scrimmage in a confident manner. It wasn't like an 18-year-old kid, like, oh God, losing his mind and like nobody knowing what the hell the play was. Like this cat is built a little different. Now, is that going to equate to success on offense? That's the big question. And I don't know if that's a question that OU is going to be able to answer consistently, because if they do, it'll be the first time that it's happened this season. And you're doing it with a 18-year-old true freshman quarterback, having to, bench Jackson Arnold right before halftime of the Tennessee game. OU's got a lot of stuff they have to prove to themselves first before they can prove it against a team like Texas. I think OU's going to have their chances. I think this defense can put Quinn Ewers in a situation that he's been in just a handful of times in his career, where he's gone up against teams that can pressure him. When he's pressured, he's not the most accurate quarterback. If that's the case, OU needs to not only pounce on those opportunities, but make Texas pay for them. Basically the opposite of what happened against Tennessee, where OU was like, no, we don't want it. You take it back. No, just take it back. We're gracious hosts. So, at the end of the day, I think OU's up against it. If OU is able to string together 4 quarters of not explosive offensive football, but enough to complement their defense, it'll be a surprise. And so for that, Texas is the better team right now. OU's got to prove other things to themselves so that they can set themselves up to potentially beat an Ole Miss or a Missouri or an Alabama or an LSU down the road. It's just a little too early for me to be like gung-ho, like, yeah, they're going to go beat Texas right now. They just got too much to prove.
So Brady, I hear you say, what I'm hearing is you're saying you're thinking Texas is going to win.
Yeah. Now I will say, I thought Texas was going to win last year, and
yeah, no doubt.
I sulked the entire week because Lincoln Riley leaving kind of put the program on a different trajectory in the short term, and Steve Sarkisian at Texas having that extra year to develop his program and develop that roster. It just seemed like OU's a pretty good team, last year. OU's a pretty good team, but Texas is just a little bit further along, and it's not fair that we have to play this game right now. Like, we just need a little bit more time. And after, I think, the first play, the OU kicked it off and OU dropped the returner like at the 15, I just suddenly had this feeling of, oh wait, screw this. No, let's just beat them today. And then I think 2 plays later, Quinn Ewers threw that pick, and then OU scored a touchdown. And I thought, okay, maybe there is a chance, moving forward. But yeah, like OU's going to have multiple turnovers in this game, and their offense is going to have to prove that they can be nice to their defense and make Texas pay for it. But again, like I said, if they do that, it'll be the first time this has occurred all season, and it'd be a great time to start, but I don't know if you can necessarily count on that in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, and the truth is that, with all due respect, I really was impressed with Hawkins versus Auburn, but Texas is not Auburn. And it's a little bit different.
It's not Auburn per se. It's the environment. So
like Jordan-Hare is a difficult place to play, regardless.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think that maybe not a lot of SEC fans know about. The stadium is split down the middle with Texas and OU. One half is all in their crimson, one half is in burnt orange. If you get caught down there in the opposing team's area, it's going to be tough to hear. But yeah, as far as environment, I don't think that it's necessarily the environment that would get Hawkins kind of messed up. I just think that when you're talking about matchups, his success that he might have had versus Auburn is going to be a little bit harder pressed against the Texas defense. I would say that if OU wins this game, they're going to play an A game. Texas will have to play a C game. If OU wins, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about that or disrespectful. I just where the matchups are and the experience, as you said, Brady, with Quinn having that major advantage of being an experienced quarterback in this game, it would have to be a fall apart performance to OU's really good game for OU to beat them.
And like we said before, God forbid that he has one of those bad performances and then the fans start chanting for Arch out there. Man, can you imagine?
My worst nightmare. Yes.
Yeah.